Hey, welcome to the Angel Channel, your weekly soul spa. I'm your host, Vilar. Happy to have you with us again, and we are looking forward to another raucous and exciting energy practice tonight. So glad you're with us. Before we get started, I just want to bring up my. Oh yeah, if you're new here, we'll say this again, but like, subscribe, and please share. What's up, Inga? Always good to see you. We should have a sigil conversation sometime later. I think I've got some really nice goodies for you. Um, just want to thank our sponsor, Ernie at Fried Ochre TV. They, he's really been huge support for the show. Helped us out again this weekend on getting some software that we've been desperately in need of. So, man, they do amazing, amazing work, and I'm harassing them to get me some stuff to put a little commercial for them. But give it a look. FriedOkra.tv. Really amazing photography and art, and Ernie's an amazing director. So please give it a look when you get a chance. Today, oh yeah, we are in the middle of one of my favorite astronomical events, which is meteor shower. And man, I don't know what it is so fascinating about shooting stars. It just really drives me crazy. Last night was supposed to be um, the peak of it, but it'll be going for a while now. So if you get a chance and you get a clear night, go jump out there and look up at the sky and make some wishes. um, happy birthday to my friend Alana Luna. Um, it's her birthday today. Let's see. Today is the 8th month, 12th day. That's 22 plus 8. All right, so it's 28. It's the beginning of a new cycle. Well, imagine that after what we talked about today. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, special happy wishes, and hope you have an amazing evening, and um, glad to be connected. So Alana and I are going to take our little fire painting event and expand that and start pitching some corporate clients and wedding reception people. And if you have a big gathering and need some entertainment or something, please give us a yell. I'll be posting some links onto the website next week after I get everything up on the site, and I'm very, very excited about that. I'm also going to be doing a tour to different metaphysical shops and occult bookstores that do tarot readings and have cards, and um, do some single night or double night events with lectures on the cards and tarot, and also light painting events. So if you know of anybody in the metaphysical world has a bookstore or something that would be interested in a little weekly diversion, please let me know. I'd love to. I'd love to play. So I'm going to start taking it out on the road and see what happens. That's something that AI is not going to be able to replace anytime soon. On a sad note, I want to just send out my heartfelt condolences to our friend Helen, and she lost somebody very dear in her life, and um, kind of coping with that. So much love and comfort and connection to the source and joy to you, Helen, and to your husband. So heartfelt. So today's angel is the 33rd angel. And wanted to talk a minute about the number 33 because it's one of my favorite. It's a glorious number. First of all, it's a master number. And the way you define a master number is when the prime numbers are double numbers like 11, 22, 33, 44. And they all have really special significance, and they amplify and raise the vibration of the original number to a much higher octave. And in this case, 33 is a higher octave of Venus, and it's often considered the Christ vibration. It is about elevated spirituality and connection to the source in really deep and profound ways. And many people that are born under the number 33 wind up becoming the teachers of teachers. And kind of a wild thing, there's a lot of self-sacrifice in that number, and sacrificing yourself for a super worthy cause, and a number of martyrs born under that particular number. But 3 is the number of creativity. That's where creation happens, and that's where manifestation into the actual material universe happens. So that's expanded and blown out and many times. All right. We are going to, hello, Spectra. Glad to have you with us. We're going to try a little fun practice session tonight. And a number of people have been asking me about developing their clairvoyant abilities and out-of-body experience. Oh, by the way, there is a show called The Y-Files that's really popular on YouTube, and has now wound up being an actual show on a lot of the streaming services. And in the second season of The Y-Files, there's a show called The Gateway Experience. And that show talks about a document and a whole series of research things for the CIA conducted by a guy named Colonel Monroe. And they went in investigating being able to use psychic phenomena and out-of-body experience to be able to do remote viewing and gather intelligence and that sort of thing. So they did a significant amount of research on it. And this paper that he wrote, like, as they were going through the show, I kept jumping up out of my chair going, yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Oh my God. And from beginning to end, man, I've watched that show about 10 times now, and every single point in there, I agree with wholeheartedly. Not just agree with, I've like experienced that myself. And it's like to have somebody nail that exactly is pretty cool. So again, it's the Y-Files. And season 2, The Gateway Experience. All right, so we're going to try a little psychic experiment ourselves. And I'm going to take this piece of paper, and I am going to draw a letter on this paper, and I'm going to beam it out to you guys. And I'd love to see if anybody picks it up. And if you do, I'm just going to use one letter. It's a letter of the alphabet. And let's just see what happens. And I'll beam it out a bunch of times during the show, and we'll check. And unless you get a really strong, blast right up front, send it to me in the chat. And I'll show the letter at the end of the show. So let's play. All right, so here we go. I'm going to select the letter. All right, We'll do that one. All right, now I'm going to draw it on the paper. All right. And I'm going to send that out to you guys. All right, one more. Awesome. All right, so just sit with that for a second. And usually for me, it pops up fast. Like one of the first things you like think of is usually the right one. So see what you get. All right. Let's get into a little grounding. Jump right in. All right. We are going to do a 4-band elemental grounding and really wipe our energy clean. So, first thing let's do 3 really deep cleansing breaths in through your nose. And when you really draw it in, draw it with your solar plexus, draw it with your diaphragm, not your lungs. Okay. And as you fill up and fill up and fill up and you feel like you're full, go ahead and pack a little more in there. So you just couldn't fit any more air in there if you tried. And then on the exhale, every single time, just relax your body, your shoulders. And as you're pushing all of that air out, you're taking in a fresh batch of energy and you're pushing out used energy. Push that all the way out. And when you get to that point where you run out of breath and you can't really make any noise anymore, there's a little more in there. So give that a little extra push too. All right. And with each one of those, we're going to do 3. With each one of those, leave the outside world behind and bring your focus closer and closer and closer until we're just in this moment. Be absolutely present in this moment without any other concerns for the past or what's coming up in the future. And let's just create our own little bubble of magical goodness here tonight. All right. So here we go. 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose. Use your diaphragm, pack it in. Exhale. Really push it. Release. Inhale. Really deep. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Interesting energy tonight. All right, we're going to gather energy into our solar plexus and our nice little sun that sits right in the middle of your body. And I want you to, with each inhale of breath, I want you to pull more energy into that little rotating sphere and just grow it and get all your energy packed, all the energy in your body packed right into that little sphere right in the center, okay? Pack it in. And that sphere's spinning. And as you draw more energy from your body, that sphere's getting bigger. And the more energy you draw, the more energy you can draw. And it gets larger and larger until all the energy in your whole body is right there. This little glowing star right in the center of your being. Okay. Now we're going to take that energy and with your intent on the exhale of breathing, I want you to push that energy out 360 degrees all around you, out into your aura, and make your aura very, very bright. All right, here we go. Make it nice and sparkly. Light up the room with your brightness. All right. See that radiance just glowing around you. Oh, God, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. A hint to seeing your aura, like when you're first getting started, if you can just squint your eyes just a little bit, like the tiniest little bit, just to take the edge off the focus. And like if you're looking at your hands, look at the space around your hand, not at your hands themselves, and see what you see radiating, okay? So now we're all nice and glowy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to scrape each one of those bands. We're going to do the energy band first, your fourth band, which is your energy interface between the upper astral, the bands, and your body. All right, here we go. I ground any negative energy of any kind, of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative energy of any kind, negative attachments of any kind, of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative energy of any kind, of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. All right, use your juice and push down through that band. Let your hands be magnets and pull any little pieces of energy or attachments that don't belong to you. Any stuff you pick up during the day, just being out in the world, push it all the way down and deep into the ground. One more scrape. Okay. All right, we're going to move to the emotional band. And that's your most vigorous band. That's where all of every single thing that you take in through your senses, you react to. And every one of those reactions is causing a little bit of a wave in the second band. That's why it's the largest one. It's about 18 inches, 2 feet out from your body. And it's usually the brightest one because that's where most of your energy is going to during the day. And that's also the place where illness starts and sickness starts, and that's where your dreams start that you want to grow. By the way, this illness thing, I was talking about this today. You wind up, when we go to doctors, they wind up treating the symptoms of stuff that's going on. But the truth of the matter is that I've discovered this over the last couple decades, is that that's not where illness and physical things and mental things happen. Those things take root and are born in your second band and your emotional band. Say like you and I have a really bad fight, right? It's a knockdown, drag out. We're furious and screaming and really way intensity. So in each one of our second bands, there's a little nugget, a little black thing that kind of like grows there, like a little growth on your skin. You choose to say, oh man, that was just stupid. I can't believe I wasted my energy on that. And you stop thinking about it altogether. And what happens for you is that little thing, just like a little pimple or something else, just dries up. You don't feed it any more energy. You don't think about it. You don't drive it in any way, shape, or form. You just ignore it and it dies. I, on the other hand, am a grudge master, and I can't let go of it, right? So I'm just thinking about how mad I am at you, and like all this intensity, right? So all of that energy goes to that little black spot, and it grows it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you feed it enough energy, it winds up getting to this place where it looks like a ganglia, like a brain cell, like with kind of little scalloped edges around the thing and little hairs that grow off of it. And these little hairs, as you feed it, they get closer and closer and closer to your first band. And then when they penetrate your first band and hit your body, your physical body, then every bit of that energy that you poured into that, like the anger and rage and craziness and like all that negative energy goes right to your body, to the weakest point in your body. And then you're falling out, having a heart attack or a brain thing, or like, cancer or something that, whatever your closest, energy obeys the laws of energy. So it's about ergonomics and economy of usage. So it just finds whatever's weakest and it goes there. So that's why you wind up seeing people that are in their 40s that are runners in great shape, and all of a sudden they drop dead of a heart attack. That's because that heart attack, while it does have physical manifestations, that heart attack started in the second band and never got addressed. And like you'll see people that have cancer, or some people will like kind of change their lives and their viewpoint about life, and those things, and they wind up doing well and getting healed. But some people get it over and over and over again, and that's because the root cause of that is still in their astral body, which is where everything that happens to your physical body starts. Your astral body is like your software. It's like it's got all kinds of little points, and it's telling you how to run and your physical body how to run. So your physical body is like your hardware. So cleaning our second band, which we're getting ready to do, super, 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 super important and valuable for keeping you at your peak and your top shape. All right. So here we go. I ground any negative emotional goo of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. I ground any emotional goo of any kind of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative emotional goo of any kind. Wow. of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. All right. All right. I ground rage, anger. Whoever has the road rage out there. I ground jealousy, resentment. Oh, I ground grief, deep, soul shattering grief. Push it, scrape it all the way. Ah, loneliness, procrastination, apathy. Resentment. Resentment. Man, let that go. Resentment. Okay. Fear. The great chameleon disguises itself as so many things. Anger, insecurity, jealousy, all kinds of things. But the root of that is fear. Fear in all its faces and forms. We live a fearless life. Fear in all its shapes and faces and forms. We live a fearless life. Fear. All its faces and forms. We live a fearless life. Okay, the next band is a third band. That's our mental band. And the first thing I usually ground on this is something called unused pattern energy. And just like we were talking about a second ago, your light body is your software. Well, you're always programming little pieces of software. And you create little programs that are then running in your aura. And when those don't get fulfilled, that little piece of energy is still sitting there running in the background trying to fulfill it. And I'll give you an example. Okay, say I get up this morning, man, I got to go to the banks. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm like, I decided last night, I pop up, have breakfast, I'm ready to go. On my way out the door, I get a call from a friend. They need some help. They need me to come over and pick them up. All right, no problem. Boom. So I do that. But that means that little piece of energy that was programmed to make me go to the bank is now still running, right? And granted, that little thing is a little bit of it. But if you think about going for years and decades and like that stuff gathers up, it is still sitting there. All of that energy is being used for something that's never going to be accomplished. So the very first thing I do is I ground any unused pattern energy, and that gets rid of all of that. And if you haven't ever done this before, just take a notice and see if it just feels a lot lighter, and like you've got a little extra boost of energy when you get all of that back. All right, here we go. I ground any mental goo of any kind, of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative mental goo of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative mental goo of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. All right. And kind of hang around when you're doing your magnet thing, kind of hang around your temples and your skull and grab that on and then scrape that down. Okay. Here we go. I ground any unused patterned energy. I ground any negative thoughts. Obsessive thoughts. Circle thinking, circle thinking, circle thinking, circle thinking. That one's a killer. Any negative thoughts sent by others? Any negative thoughts sent by me? Last but not least, gossip. Oh, it's a killer. Very bad juju. All right. Last but not least, we're going to get to our first band. That band right close to your body, about 1.5 inches, kind of looks white most of the time. Yeah, and that's all about the material world and things actually coming to fruition in reality, in our material reality. All right. I ground any negative material blockages of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative material blockages of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any negative material blockages, my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. I ground any blockages related to my home, my place of safety, my sanctuary. I ground any negative blockages related to my job and the way I sustain myself. I ground any negative material blockages related to my finances and my money. Put some oomph behind it. I ground any negative material blockages related to my health and my physical body. You're scraping down that thin little layer of light right outside your body. Visualize it strong. I ground any negative material blockages related to plans in the works already and future plans about to be executed. All right, nice. I always feel lighter now. I always feel so much cleaner and pristine. Yeah, all right. So let's do an energy charge up now that we've got all that extra room for some good energy. We're going to reach down into the center of the core of the earth, right around where the hard mantle is rotating against the molten core. And there's just tons of electromagnetic energy produced there. And as a matter of fact, that's the source of our magnetosphere and the magnetic aspect of the Earth. So reach down there. It's this crackly blue, radiant potential goodness, man. And I want you to just think about like two long pipes on the bottom of your feet going all the way down there. And with each in breath, you're pulling up a batch of that good blue goodness. And you're bringing right into your solar plexus. You're going to fill it up, okay? All right, here we go. Crackly blue. Reach down deep. Reach down deep, all the way to the core. Reach down deep. Pull it up. You feel it rushing up your legs. Ah, man, I love this. This is the best part. Just keep pulling it up till you get the goosebumps. Nice. All right, we're going to create a little sacred space and talk to some angels. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. We come together tonight to create a sacred space, a place of safety and refuge and knowledge and connection to the source. We ask that the angels be with us tonight, share their radiance and light, their knowledge and wisdom, their compassion and truth. We ask that, oh man, there they are. Welcome. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom of understanding. And with that, we open our circle and give gratitude, unconditional love, and the wish for bliss to the source. All right, Jacob, should bring up our angel card. Number 33, the angel of subordination to the higher order. This card is associated with the Nine of Pentacles, which is one of my favorite tarot cards. It's about the moment when goodness is about to come your way. The Nine of Pentacles is about material wealth, material possessions and your place in the actual material world. And the thing I love about the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles represents achieving that and having this lasting, abiding abundance that you can leave as an inheritance and do charity and all of that, right? And it's every kind of like physical world goodness that you can have. The Nine of Pentacles has a lot of that energy about it, but it's like the moment before that happens. It's while it's in the process of happening, which to me is always so, it's the most exciting part of that. I love that part of it when it's just about to burst and you're holding it. Amazing. So, and the visual on this card kind of reflects that. It's like this explosion of Let's go ahead and do the reading. Follow Follow the path with passion and heart. The result will be financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, and material gain. Organize the elements of your life, and the results will be success, a result of unifying your wisdom with your love in a creative way. Tangible manifestations are all around. Recognize that you feel incomplete only because you are still seeking the same outmoded goals, looking for inner satisfaction. It's fini. Move on. Seek what you have not yet found, and you will succeed. Seek what you have not yet found, and you will succeed. Continue the work of your self-development. Have trust in your self-discipline and patience. You are in harmony with nature around you, and everything will bear its fruit in time. You are not alone now. Distinguish what matters in life and what goals truly demand your maximum efforts. True success is inventing yourself out of the raw material given to you by the circumstances and conditions of your life. God, true success is inventing yourself out of the raw material given you by circumstances and the conditions of your life. The ability to know when others only guess. Yeah. Part of that success is giving up your control to the source. It amazes me that those words even come out of my mouth, but that's the truth of truths. That when you realize that you are an infinite being of light, that the piece of you that's your light is not separate. It's separate from other people here right now because we're all experiencing and getting information and sending that back to the ultimate source. But that your infinite, eternal light is always connected to and part of the source. And when you realize that you are never ever alone, and that you're never without help, and you're never without love, you're never without compassion, and all you have to do is ask and send that wave out and that frequency out from yourself. I'm not all about the energy aspect of it. And that is a universal truth, that whatever frequency you're emanating reflects back to you with that too. So, I have like 4 friends out there right now that are really grieving very hard, just lost loved ones. And when you're in that deep, dark space, that it just seems so painful and so like it'll never end sometimes. Like when I lost my parents, it's just like, man, this is never, ever gonna ever feel good again. When you're in that kind of a dark space and you are able to rise and Send love and gratitude for all of the things that have happened in your life and the people that have been in your life to the source. And that reflects back to you. There's a comfort and an assurance that, yeah, things are going to, they'll be different, but there's connection and goodness for you. You're not alone. All right. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you. So, I have a reading I need to do for someone I talked to today that I promised I'd do a little reading for them. Alana and I were talking about this today. When we create our circle and we all get connected, even though the readings are really specific to the person involved, it's kind of like taking on this eerie character of like talking to all of us. So if you notice anything like that, I'd love your feedback and how you're feeling on that. So let me do a quick little poll for somebody here real quick. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom, friend. Number 52, the angel of expiation of errors. He's rather serious. I don't kid around with. I'll joke with some of the other ones, but I don't joke with him too much. Good guy, just not somebody you'd like to have at a party. Defense system failure. Your problems are stronger than you, and you can't hold them back. The shields you have wrapped yourself in are becoming your cage. You have dropped your self-responsibility. You need a new direction. The old ways no longer serve you. Old habits solidify and make you inflexible. You have risked so much to get this far. Be fearless. We live fearless. Be fearless now and move forward in relative safety. It is time for you to take the fences down and begin to move forward one step at a time. Act on your inspirations. Use your past experiences as swords, not excuses. Keep your attitude strong. Defend what you believe to be right and true. You have a deep toolbox at your disposal. You have everything you need to deal with whatever comes up. Time to turn up the flame. Michael's in. What's up, man? All right. Debbie, here you go. Oh, man. Debbie, connect with me, baby. Words of wisdom for my friend Debbie. Words of wisdom for my friend Debbie. Words of wisdom for my friend Debbie. Juicy. Number 30, the angel of fertility. We just did this guy. Very Egyptian. When you are on the top of the hill, there is always someone who wants that spot and challenges you. Face the envy and jealousy of those who want what you have. There will be times that you feel outnumbered. It will appear that everyone is against you. Feel the strength within you. Don't allow fear, it's the theme for the night, to discourage you. Recognize that your position is always stronger than you think it is. Don't give in to depression or anxiety. Define a clear course of action, and your self confidence will return to overcome all those obstacles. Have complete trust in your inner voice. Remain patient, make no rash decisions, be fearless, for you are never, ever, ever, ever alone. Yeah, there we go. All right. Thinks like a lion. Hello, thinks like a lion. First time here. Will you connect with me? Yes, absolutely. I'll connect with you. All right. Since this is your first time here, um, go deep, get centered, and imagine that you and I are standing right in front of each other and we're looking each other in the eye. Okay. And if you have a specific question, beam that to me. All right. And focus really hard. Let's connect. Focus really good. I gotcha. Words of wisdom from my friend thinks like a lion. Words of wisdom from my friend thinks like a lion. Words of wisdom from my friend thinks like a lion. Number 54, the angel of rejuvenation and eternal youth. You know, when I was young, eternal youth sounded good. Now that I'm old, concert, I don't know. Yeah. Time for a progress check. Are you still on course? When you fulfill personal obligations and agreements, you develop the maturity essential to all social relationships. Yeah. Okay, I'll read it again. When you fulfill personal obligations and agreements, you develop the maturity essential to all social relationships, your faith in yourself, and your ability to succeed. You keep increasing your burdens. There are so many and they weigh so much. They threaten to crush you physically and emotionally. You limit yourself by giving your power to others. Yeah. It is crucial that you release yourself. Remove yourself from the oppressive situations in your life where you feel like you are holding yourself back and unable to fully express all of who you are. Throw down your own burdens and the others placed on you and try a new direction. Throw down your own burdens and the others placed on you and try a new direction. Put your energy to work for you. Continue to grow. Don't give up. The risk is worth it. Yes, Inga, absolutely. I'll grab you. All right. You know the drill, Inga. You have something specific tonight? Just beam it. Beam it really hard. Oh. Words of wisdom from my friend Inga. Words of wisdom from my friend Inga. Don't lose focus, Inga. Words of wisdom from my friend Inga. Words of wisdom from my friend Inga. Words of wisdom from my friend Inga. Interesting. Angel of Universal Medicine, number 51. This guy's kind of in the same little choir and category as our last guy. A little serious too. You have learned to cope with your dilemmas and the compromises they demand. Your experiences have melted together and formed wisdom and discipline. You are on the right path. Stay the course. Listen to what others have to say and do not be obstinate. Keep your eye on the prize and know that you have everything it takes to succeed. Know thyself. Respect thyself. Walk your own path. Defend your spirit without compromising and be honest, especially with yourself. Preserve your spirit. Keep mentally, physically, and emotionally fit, and your spirit will naturally guide you. Preparation and attention to detail ensure your success against any challenges, and you will be victorious. You have tremendous vitality, attractiveness, and charm, both sexes. Follow the flow of your highest purpose. Have the foresight and courage to turn away from that which is not right from you. Yeah. Meet your future with an unshakable stance. There you go. All right. Mr. Zen. Something for you. A little something, something for Michael Zen. You're welcome, Inga. Actually, thinks like a lion sent me another specific question. So let me do one specific to that. Although the other one probably related. Words of wisdom for my friend thinks like a lion. Words of wisdom for my friend thinks like a lion. Words of wisdom for my friend thinks like a lion. Number 8, the angel of divine blessings. I love this card. The angels at the side of this card are crazy. The one in the middle is crazy, but yeah. Karmic lessons are never easy. Accept and understand the challenge. Don't surrender. Find your new treasures in the rubble of the old. Wow, this is like, yeah, continuation. New potentials are created by this setback. Worry takes you out of the moment, the only place where you can affect change. Yeah. Live in the moment and handle the bumps as they come. Stay clear of the what ifs or tomorrows or the if onlys of yesterday. You're experiencing a deep spiritual need. Go deep within and seek inner counsel. This is the most important. This is the one that relates to your question. Go deep within and seek inner counsel. Your preoccupation with the past and the future has you stuck in a loop. You have accustomed yourself to your suffering. A difficult collapse can free you. However, or whether or not you can recycle the debris of the collapse into something totally depends on you and the people you surround yourself with. When you find things difficult to understand, keep positive and look for the light ahead. Everything changes. Nothing is forever, not even a bad situation. And your connection, like we talked about before, the divine connection to the source, connection to people. I mean, we're humans and that's what we do, but connection to the source is forever, 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 forever. And that's the source of lasting and abiding bliss that blooms from inside you. Isn't something that happens or something that someone says to you outside you. And it's not a reaction, it's a state of being. So, we're connected to that right now. So you're in the middle of a divine union, even as we speak. All right. I hope that answers your question. And welcome and thanks for joining us tonight. All right, Mr. Zen. Mr. Zen, you know the drill. Okay. Words of wisdom for my friend Zen. Words of wisdom for my friend Zen. Words of wisdom for my friend Zen. Wow, that one just stuck to my hand. Number 64, the angel of vivification. Ah, beautiful. All right, here we go. You are experiencing information overload. Clear your mind, take a deep breath, and put your thoughts in order. Where there has been mental or physical abuse, you need distance and support. With distance, it is possible to rise above the situation and be objective so that you can see the big pattern, determine some meaning behind it, and what to act on. Sometimes you have to be strong and be the one to break out of a relationship that is no longer healthy, but to which you are both addicted. There are times when it is proper to leave others behind in order to break through relationships patterns that obsess and bind you. When you feel locked and that nothing can be accomplished, cleanse your energy, center yourself, and I hate this part, and wait. With a good attitude, no less. Difficult though your life may be, it will change. Communicate any new ideas or decisions in such an objective way that they can be received and heard. Be big picture. There you go, man. The angels don't always tell you the nice, warm, and fuzzy stuff you want to hear. Yet, actually, demons tell you anything you want to hear. Angels tell you the truth, no matter whether you want to hear that or not. Yeah. All right. So, wow. Looks like we've come to the full circle once again. I just want to. Here we did it. We did a little exercise at the beginning of the show, and we did a little clairvoyant exercise, and I beamed out a letter of the alphabet out, and tossed it out to see if anybody gets it. So there you go. M. You know, we'll do this. We'll do this a couple more times. Inga. Yeah, they go by fast, don't they? But man, I've really come to look forward to like our dynamic, our energetic dynamic is like building to this really wonderful thing that I haven't really experienced before in this way, and I'm super digging it. So, if you get a chance, if you're new to the show, please hit the like, subscribe, and share if you would. Comment down below would really help us out a lot. We're trying to put the good vibe out in the world, and I would gratefully appreciate your help. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So until next week, everybody be safe. Have a really amazing week. Be in the light and be happy, and let that light emanate from you out to everybody around you, and be a little hotspot of joy in your immediate world. And come back next week for another Soul Spa session, and we'll get all bright and sparkly and be our big selves. All right. With gratitude and thanks, we close our circle and return to our world. We thank the angels for their presence, for their knowledge, truth, compassion, and love. And with absolute gratitude, unconditional love, and a wish for bliss to the source, we close our circle, say goodnight. Till next week, be in the light.